Anuj, this is one of those rare days where the Fed doesn't cut, but the street is very happy. What do you make of things?
Yes, should be morning. And I think the Fed perhaps would have realized that the market had already built in so much in anticipation that he didn't really need to say too much. But, overall the cues are quite positive for the market, equity positive actually. I think the most important cue was overnight from the US inflation. As expected, the US inflation was soft, and that's also tying in well with the recent data points, which indicate that sooner or later you'll have rate cuts. Now, the Fed chair perhaps was not as dovish as market would have expected. I think the market was going in with dovish expectations. And over there, he said only one rate cut perhaps in 2024, but 4 in 2025. So the overall thesis of 5 rate cuts is still intact. It's just that it's not going to be front-loaded. So that may be a bit of a disappointment, but the bond market didn't see any disappointment. In fact, neither did NASDAQ. Overall, yes, the Dow did slip from the highs, but the US bond market or NASDAQ reaction was not at all negative to Fed speak. And Indian inflation was also on the lower side. So net, I would say that equity is going to the expiry with some positive cues. One more thing which is in our favor is that FIs are still short. And, like we've seen in the past, when you are record short, when you start to cover, you go until, you covered the last short position as well. And yesterday you saw a net covering of 45,000 shorts thereabout. And now if you look at the overall net shorts in the system, which was at 3.5 lakh, we are now at only 80,000 contracts net short and 41% long now. So maybe we get to even Steven by the time we come back from the long weekend. Coming to levels now on the Nifty, the first resistance today, remember, is expiry 23,400 to 23,450, which has been the recent high, and then 23,500 to 23,600 on the option side. The support comes in at 225 to 23,300, and then 23,125 to 23,175 based on hourly charts. On the bank Nifty, which has been making a heavy meal of 50,000 for last 2 or 3 days, that really is your resistance. 50,000 there, about 5150 to 5250, and then 50,400 to 50,500. The support comes in at 49,600 to 49,700, and then 49,350 to 49,500. Now, for the quote of the day, if there's one speech which you must listen if you have 35 minutes and make your children listen to, it's the speech from Roger Federer. And there's just 4 or 5 very interesting things. Effortless is a myth. Belief in yourself has to be earned. Grit is greater than gift. A lot of people say Roger Federer was just a gifted player. And I think he says that, look, I had to work my way out. Discipline is a talent. Trust and loving the process is a talent. And the most important one, you can do your best and still lose in life. That's life. Roger Federer.
There was that one line, Anuj, you said, I saw that. I mean, only a piece of it. I've not heard this, but I saw it on Twitter. He said, there's no such thing as perfection.
Yeah.
He says, I've played some number of sets, he said, but I've only won 50% of them.
He said that, he won 80% of the matches,
but only 50%.
But only 54% of the points. Which also tells you that, it doesn't matter, you win all the points. It matters you win the big points. It's applicable in the market also.
Yeah.
Rakesh Jhunjhunwala used to say that, a good trader would only have 52 to 54% kind of success rate. But it's the days that matter in which you trade big and win big. That matters. Actually.
Oh, absolutely. Anuj, thanks very much. I think nice analogy here for the market as well.